What it be, all? Rezin 47 up here again. I got another album review to hit all up with today. And this is going to be a review on Recognize Ali's fifth album, Back to Mecca, released on November 7th, 2017. Before I explain Recognize Ali's biography up to this album, I gotta explain how I found him. So, this, once again, it comes from my Speaking Cloud AL like Mike. This was towards the end of 2017. He did a video counting down his top 25 albums from that year. And around number 20 or number 19 was this record. And seeing this album cover, how he was describing what the record sounded like, it got me interested in listening to the album. So later that night, I pulled it up on Spotify, and I was just fucking blown back by the record. So Recognize Ali got started, I'll say in 2014, with his debut mixtape, All I Know Is Pain. And then in 2015, he dropped his debut album called Falling Culture, which was produced by Guillotine. Then in 2016, he dropped a second album, which is like when he was really starting to like first make some noise. Too Visible to See, produced by Sultan Murr. And then 2017, he just had a fucking storm of work ethic sweeping through him. It started with Diary of a Wild Child, and then towards the early fall of that year, he dropped Allah's Favorite with DJ TMB, who's a frequent collaborator of his. And then like late fall that year, he dropped Back to Mecca, which was fully produced by Giallo Point, who's a UK producer. So let's go through the artwork really fast. Here's a cover. This picture is fucking iconic. You've probably seen this before. And on the back is the track list with it's just in a dark alley. And then you open it. There's the disc, which is basically just the same as the cover. I'll be honest, I'm not really a fan of this packaging. Like, it's just in a paper sleeve, and like the artwork is super pixelated. So, Rec, if you ever see this, please repress this in the jewel case with like clear artwork. I'll definitely support that. So, let's get down with the get down and start breaking down this album. Track 1 is the intro. Starts up with Pygmy Markham's Here Comes the Judge song from 1968, which personally I consider that the very first hip-hop song. And then that plays and you get some samples of like some cats from New York talking about how hip-hop got started in the Bronx, specifically the Bronxdale area. It's a great intro just celebrating how hip-hop got its roots. So that's pretty cool. And then that goes into track 2, which is Fish Scale. This is the first full song on the album with bars and rhymes. Fucking badass sign into the album. I love this song. It sets the sound for the record perfectly. Recognize Ali just comes in right away, driving like some shooter slang. Like when he says, "You're looking like a sponge when the knob blow." I mean, just real fucking visual with that one. And another really cool line he has is, "You rappers use this like a camera with a broke lens." That was fucking dope. Again, I just love the visuals of that. He just goes in on this opener, so is Giallo Point. It's a killer beat. It's like really suspenseful with this nice piano lick. Scratching in the chorus is fucking crazy. One of my standouts for sure on Back to Mecca. This is one of those albums that understands the importance of a strong opening track, which is great. So that goes into track 3, which is called Phenomenal. A nice follow-up to Fish Scale, a little more laid back. Recognize Ali just bring in some technical rhyme schemes, some more gunplay verbs. Going in the holster, stick you up like a fucking poster. Pussies pose no threat, mad shook when they approach us. That was really cool. And also when he says, towards the end of his second verse, lyrics so raw you can sniff these lines. I mean, simple, but effective. Just bringing in some murderous punchlines. Gel kills it too. The string sample is like really eerie and dark. And again, the cuts of the chorus are just fucking out of here. So yeah, Giallo Point, he can fucking like really, really scratch. So that's phenomenal. And up next, track 4 is The Graduates featuring SD Knack. This is my first time hearing SD Knack. And this is a drumless track with just some strings and horns. SD goes first, and then Recognize Ali follows. I'll be thousand. I'm not really an SD Knack fan. I know he's getting, and let's begin like some more traction, over the couple years. But just not really a fan of him, and I don't really listen to this track that much. But if you like him, good for you. So we're gonna move on to one of my favorite tracks on the fucking album, track 5, Swordsman in Black. One of my favorites on the album. Giallo Point came with like a really dirty, dusty ass beat. The sample is dope, like that piano. Recognized just merged it to pieces again. I got some dope quotes for this track. Critically acclaimed as Scorch Mike's "Fuck with the God, find yourself in the morgue twice." That was just murderous. And I know this track brings back some nostalgic memories of like my junior high school year. I remember just driving up to the fucking parking lot, just bumping this loud. It was, I'd either arrive to this school like by this song or this next one coming up, which is track 6, Cold Winter. And this is like a cipher track. You get Sage Infinite, Smooth, Fiber Optics, Cypher Soze, and Danielson. 6 MCs on the 6th track, fittingly. It's a dope pop MC cut. Everybody appears in the order I named off. Giallo brought like a really dope gloomy beat. Another great piano sample when you can hear like the raindrops just falling in the background, which really gives it like that cold winter, like rainy, freezing rain fucking feel, I guess. It's definitely one of those songs where you just play when it's just dreary as fuck outside. Sage Infinite goes first, he did his thing. He also does the chorus. Rick followed him and killed it. And then up third was Smooth. He had a pretty dope line. Like big over Preem spin, kicking the door, I'm kicking it raw. Nice. And Fiber Optics murdered it too. Might be my favorite verse, I'm not sure. But he says like turning the views like a Rubik's Cube. I mean, just fucking abstract, fucking crazy. Cypher Soze had the 5th verse and he went in violent. His voice is just grimy as a motherfucker. I love it. And he's affiliated with his boy who goes last on the track, which is Danielson. And taking back what I said about Fiber Optics having my favorite verse, Danielson has my favorite verse. This was the song that introduced me to him. And since then, he's been one of my favorite in the game since. He has fucking modern classics, with like a Pressure Cooker, Douche, Moonshine Mix, all with produced by Future Wave. Future Wave is like one of my favorite top 3 producers right now. And what else, man? Oh, we recently just got back together with him at the start of this year with the album Sun Tzu and the Wave God. Killer shit. Go check out that album. And yeah, man, this song should have had a video. I don't think any songs on Back to Mecca have videos. But if I had to pick just one, I'd probably pick this song. I can just picture just all these 6 MCs ciphering their verses just in the freezing rain. Great track. Yeah, one of the standouts for sure. And then track 7 is Back to Mecca, the title track. It's just an interlude to carry the album from the A side to the B side. Just the guy explaining how DJs used to loop breakbeats on turntables and then MCs would rap over them. You know how hip hop started with all that shit, man. But that's just an interlude. And then you go to track 8, which is Goldpin Assassin. Another dope song. I feel like this could have been the title track more so than just the interlude. Goldpin Assassin is also Recognize Ali's nickname, and he definitely assassinated this beat. I love the sample at the beginning, oh, it's so fucking dark. I wish Giallo Point would have used that for like the main beat, but he used like a different part of the sample, which is still dope. What I Recognize Ali say. Stop comparing yourself to the god, you're barely nice. That was dope. Goldpin Assassin is a really fucking cool song. Real triumphant, like fucking it was like string samples, I guess. So yeah, it's a really great track. But then this next track, oh god, oh man, one of my favorites on the album, for fucking certain. Fucking hell. This is just like some really fucking just dismember a motherfucker kind of music. Giallo Point's beat here is just fucking brutal and dark. I love how they sample Come Clean in the chorus. Where that part where J.Ro says, inhale the putrefied aroma, breathe too deep. I love how he cut it to where he says, hail the putrefied aroma, breathe too deep. And I love how he just it's simple but very fucking clever. Yeah, it's one of my standouts on the album. Recognize Ali back with the shooter language again. You can never be in my rank, I'm god level. Back out like I never left, bitch. I'm Marcelo Carmelo. A certified shooter, spark medals. Yourself ants get chewed on like marshmallows. This track is murderous. Ali literally brought hell to this track. The fucking beat again by Giallo Point is insane. The piano sample is just so dark, and the drums are really fucking heavy too. God, I love it. Alright, next we're going to track 10, which is Ruthless. It's another dope track. Recognize Ali actually brings 3 verses in the song, which is a rarity nowadays and it shouldn't be. He kills it with like some more dope and chill rhyme schemes. This line I had right here was fucking dope. Ghetto child, like the dumb and deaf, I throw signs. Oh fuck that. Oh man, I like the shadow boxing sample used for the chorus. Another dope piano sample beat by Giallo Point. Next up, we're gonna go to one of my all-time fucking favorites. This track is really nostalgic for me. Track 11, Boom Bap Lord. It's just a fucking ill braggadocio track. Another highlight for me. My high school days, I would play this song like it's the only track I ever knew. You know, the beat is fucking sick. The horn samples sounds like some real mysterious shit. It's like you would hear something, like sounds like something you would hear like a 1940s, 1950s noir film. I just love the feel of this track. The drums are hard too. I think it's that Lee Dorsey breakbeat that everybody knows. Everybody's done like their own version of the Get Out of My Life woman shit. I think that's what the breakbeat is. I don't mean to sample snitch, but everybody knows what that sample is. So the live of the barbecue sample in the chorus is fucking dope too. Recognize Ali brought it again. I'm known to kill killers, cliques, and individuals. Bitches fuck with me, they love me unconditional. This shit a fucking movie, check the visuals. I love this track, the nostalgic factor adds to it as well. Great song, man. And then we're gonna go up to track 12, which is 1990. More street life shit brought to you by the Gold Pen Assassin. Another dope beat by Giallo Point. The way he chopped the sample in the start is fucking crazy. I don't think this album's on YouTube, so I'll play it. But here's how it goes. If he kept the beat like that, fuck, this song would definitely be higher up on my favorite lists. But it's still a great song. I like the flute sample. I don't know what the Big L sample in the chorus is, but if someone does know, tell me about it. But yeah, man, that's just the way he chopped that shit was unreal. Recognize Ali is like some dancehall enunciations in his rhyme schemes, which is like really catchy. Where he says like, grab the iron and end your world like the Mayans. If y'all remember that whole fucking Mayan fucking catastrophe shit that was going on in 2012, where they predicted like the world was gonna end that year. It was all a bunch of bullshit, but still it's pretty fucking crazy. So yeah, 1990. That's the last like official full song on the album. But we get track 13, which is the outro. Just another sample of a dude talking about like how drum breaks were used for emceeing in 71 and 72. He mentions like how he used breaks for drum lessons too. And Giallo Point like threw in some strings and pianos in there to add to it. But that is Recognize Ali's Back to Mecca album. And in a nutshell, this is one of my favorite albums of all time, and all genres considered. It's like in my top 3 albums for 2017. It's definitely my favorite Recognize Ali album, by a light year. And Recognize has like some other great albums, like Allah's Favorite, like I mentioned. Fucking like The Outlawed in 2018, that shit was fucking fire. And then 2020, he did an album with Verbal Kent, one of my other favorite MCs right now, who is just really heavy on like those punchline raps. Together they go by the name Dueling Experts, and they dropped a self-titled album in 2020. Fucking crazy. It's like real dirty SP 1200 production. Just Recognize Ali and Verbal Kent going back and forth like some crazy like wordplay and stuff. Check that album out. I think it's a lost gem from 2020. But as for this album, fucking personal classic to me. Recognize Ali, one of my favorite rappers right now, maybe of all time. He brings it lyrically here. I think this is his best album lyrically. And from a production standpoint as well too. Giallo Point just fucking murders it here. Just like this album, this feels like a lost album that would have came out in like 1994. In a lot of artists doing like that boom bap shit nowadays. They kind of put like a modern twist on like that kind of production. This just feels like straight up like raw 1990s boom bap shit right here, and fucking classic record. I hope it gets repressed in a jewel case with better artwork. Like I said, I know he did put it out on like cassette and vinyl. It has like a different album cover, which is like it's like a boombox, which is like red and stuff, and it says like Back to Mecca LP at the top. But I like this cover way better. It's the one I first saw, and this album's not on streaming. Also, the only place you can find it is on Recognize Ali's Bandcamp site. You can listen to that there for free. But if you love the album, I recommend you support it and buy a CD of it. Despite what the packaging may be. But my rating for this album is going to be a 4.5 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10. Fucking mind-melting album. My top 3 songs from 3 to 1 would be Hell, Boom Bap Lord, and Fish Scale. So that's Recognize Ali, Back to Mecca. I'll have the link in the description to his Bandcamp site so you can go hear this album if you haven't heard it. Definitely a lost gem. And it's going to do it for this review, man. Thank you for watching. And thank you for the recent increase in views lately with like my top 20 Wu-Tang albums and like my CD collection video. Keep supporting the channel. Keep subscribing. Keep liking the videos and all that. Your support is definitely appreciated. But until then, I'm out of here.